Welcome to Seven Tarot. Yes, you heard me right. It no longer goes by Sven Tarot. This channel's new name is Seven Tarot. I thought new year, new name, why not? Plus, I felt that the number seven was more in alignment with where I feel I currently am in my space and in my life right now. So, Seven Tarot just sounds like a whole lot of abundance for me. I just want to wish you well for the 2023 year, and I hope that you all spent the rest of 2022 amazingly. And yes, this is to the constant viewers and the new people. Welcome. Thank you for joining me. Quick announcements before I get started on the reading. This is my new setup. I know if you constantly watching my videos, you're like, what's going on? But if you watched in my previous videos, I had issues with my table because I burnt it, and so it's irreversible damage. And so I'll be working from my bed for now until I figure out a new setup. And so yeah, this is just gonna be how things are gonna be for now. And yeah, I hope that you get used to it, man. I'm just working with what I got, and it's just you gotta keep going with the flow. So yeah. And another announcement is that my schedule routine is kind of loose right now, so I'm not really sure what specific days I'll be posting, but I know I'll be posting 6 times a week at least. Um, one full video a week if you're into that. Um, and then 4 videos that are either on YouTube Shorts or Instagram Reels. And if you're also into that, you can check that out. And then on the community board, I'll have content as well related to tarot. So it really depends on your flavor. If you're more comfortable with the full videos, then this is where you're going to be most of the time. But if you're comfortable branching out, then you can check out my Instagram for those reels, and you can check out the YouTube Shorts, which will be posted every other day. But today's video is titled How You've Grown Since 2022. And we're going to get into who you've become, or rather, not necessarily become, because I feel like we grow every day, but how you've grown since 2022, Um, and we're going to tap into the positives of your being right now and your current state. This is my intention with this is actually to kind of remind you of how amazing you are and how much capable you are to be in your power and your strength at all times. So I really hope that this video does that for you. But yeah, those are the announcements, and this is the reading. I hope that you enjoy it. Without wasting time, let us get into it. I'll meet you at your pile. Hi there, pile one. Welcome to your reading. You chose the Five of Pentacles. So I hope my setup is okay. It's a little different from how you're used to having it. As already explained in the intro, this is what I'll be working with from now on, until further notice. So let us get into your reading. I hope that you're all doing well and that you've, started 2023 at least on a better or lighter note. So the my spirit guys, how has pile one grown since 2022? Ooh. Okay, your card just went all the way to the other side. I hope I don't. Oh, okay. Let me just. Oh my god. Okay. Alright, so. Okay. So, okay. So we have the star card. So this is the other, I'll just put that on the side. So you're not going to see it on camera, obviously, but we'll get to it later. We get the star card, the Ten of Cups, the Page of Wands, and the Queen of Cups. Okay, let me just put it a little closer like this. So part one, in 2022, I get the vibe that and this could be whether in the beginning or during the months of 2022 and towards the end, it just like take it as it resonates. But you were someone who's proper in tune with just like what they wanted and where they were trying to go and how they were going to try to achieve it. I see that you may have maybe had goals in the beginning of 22 or throughout 2022 that you wanted to achieve, whether this was emotional. I get that some of you could be emotional, or it could even be educational. So some of you could have been studying, and you could have been studying whether towards a career or just studying to expand your knowledge. It could have been topics regarding spirituality as well, or just like studying in regards to your development and growth. For some of you, it could also have been like studying towards your, I want to say, psychic abilities, or bettering your connection to spirit rather. So you could have been reading on self-help books. You could have been reading on Eckhart Tolle, but like spiritual books, spiritual content as well. Or some of you, like I said, you could have been in school and working towards that. So I see that in 2022 you were more concerned on bettering yourself and reaching and achieving and obtaining your goals, which I feel like some of you have, if not most of you actually. Maybe for some of you didn't pan out the way you wanted to, but it was still achieved in some way. So yeah, I feel like you were someone who was also very disciplined. And like I said, in regards to spiritual practices, you could have either maintained consistency with your already what's the word? With your already defined schedule. That's not the word I'm looking for. Or you could have branched out to new. So I feel like 2022 was a year of learning for you, a year of discovering, and it was about bringing and giving back to yourself and maybe others around you, because maybe as you grew, the people around you as well, they grew. And maybe as you tapped into your own creativity, you inspired others around you. But I feel like since this is about you, I just want to just focus on that. And 2022, you could have been just really more focused and caught up on your self-development and self-growth, and allowing your intuition and um your internal navigator, to guide you to these goals, to achieving them, and to just creating happiness for you. I think that's how you may have defined happiness for you in 2022, by achieving goals that really helped you grow. You may have had people actually that were drawn to you as well. You were maybe probably quite attractive because of the consistency in your self-development and your self-growth, whether that was fitness or mental health. You kind of brightened up your aura, and may have found that there was a lot of people who were drawn to you, and maybe you have had a lot of, maybe not for all of you, you had a lot of interactions with different kinds of people. I think also in general, you may have just glowed up in 2022, whether that was financially or like emotionally, or just like, I feel like in general, when you were working on your spiritual growth and learning and discovering about yourself, it just kind of lit you up. So it wasn't just one aspect of your life that was glowing. It was just like, even if it wasn't glowing to the point that you wanted it, in other people's perspective, it was just like, whoa, this person is bright. I'm hearing Shine Bright Like a Diamond, the song by Rihanna. So I feel like 2022, you were just like someone who's really focused on growth, self development, and working towards something, working towards bettering themselves, working towards creating their own happiness. Um, so now we have the Wheel of Fortune, the Ten of Wands, the Hermit. Um, I'm sorry if you can't see the cards. Like, I'm really apologizing. And the Ten of Swords and the Six of Wands. So this could be where you are currently. Depending on when you're watching this reading, it is timeless. So yeah. I feel like how you've grown since 2022, since being this person who was working on themselves. Um, I feel like maybe some of you could be dealing with some kind. I don't know. Let me be sure of this. Some of you could still be healing from something, either from someone from the past, and I see you like being successful with that. So maybe you're still kind of, you know how you step into a new year and you just like you tell yourself that I'm leaving this behind. So maybe you're still kind of um tightening up those loose screws or tying up those loose ends. That's what I want to say. So if there's still people and things that you are um that you need to get rid of, not rid of, but like that you need to let go of, I feel like it's still just like you're still in a space right now where you are letting that out of your system. And this is how you've grown. You've become someone who is patient, someone who knows, because of the self-development, the self-journey that you've gone under. You've become someone who just really is patient with themselves in the healing process. And so you don't really rush into, oh, I need to get over this person. Oh, I need to heal from this healing. It's just like if you understand that there's a message or there's a reason for this energy and this feeling, you understand it, and it's no longer a burden. Like, this is how you've grown. You have learned to understand that um the things that happen in your life, although sometimes it's not really the best feelings that come from it, but it's there for a reason. And so you no longer fight the process, and I feel like this is where you are. So it doesn't have to be that you're healing from something still, or you tying up loose ends, but this is the person that you've become. This is someone who just understands and trusts the process. And it's like, even, you know, if something pops up from like the past, I know how to handle it now, because I'm understanding that there's a reason for it. I no longer carry the burdens of worrying about my past. I no longer hide away from my past, or even if it's not the past, from pain, from things that hurt me. I'm in a place where now I'm just very accepting, and this is how I've grown, you know? I mean, I'm talking about you, but I don't know why I'm speaking like, all right, anyway. Um, this is how I've grown. I've become this person who's not afraid to just let the moment be what it is, even if it's not really the best of feelings that come through, the best of experiences or what I had in mind. I just let it happen, you know, and I trust that I know how I'm gonna get to the other side. And I'm guided by this. So it's like, I feel like you're not bothered, you know, you're just living your life day by day in presence. Um just going with the flow. You're not worried about tomorrow, and you're not worried about the past. And this is how you've grown. You've become someone who's very self assured, someone who trusts that no matter how life hits them, they just really know, you know, I know how to take a step back and just, okay, what do I need to observe right now within myself? What do I need to be aware of? And how do I move forward now that I have an answer? You know, and there's no rush to it. It's just like I'm taking my time. And I feel like you also have grown into this person who sees um anything that may, I don't want to call it burdensome, but anything that just might not be what you want, anything that isn't in alignment with you, you see it as an opportunity again to keep growing. What I mean by this is, if maybe there is just someone in your life who isn't good for you, you're just like, you okay with letting them go. Like, I feel like you just I'm not stuck to the past anymore. I'm not letting it hold me back. I see things differently now, and I will no longer be carrying the burdens of people's pain or the pain of the past. So I feel like basically your journey in 2022 that began with self development, or maybe this even began before 2022, but this journey and this process of self development and self growth and even self healing, it has turned into this wow, like you are just you're just amazing, you're amazing. That's what I want to say. And you are now in a place where you know that abundance and success is, it's here no matter the obstacles, no matter the challenges. It's here because it's meant for you, and you're here to receive it, is what I'm getting. This is how you've grown. You've become someone who is a master of their own reality, someone who chooses, what to focus on, and thus manifests, you know, these beautiful things. If you focus on beautiful things, you will be becoming someone who understands how to deal with the reality of manifestation. And it's like it's like if you're not already here, you're heading to a place where you're more focused on the positives. um this is how you've grown, power. This is what I'm getting for you, and I'm so happy and proud of you, and I really wish you the best in the rest of your journey. May you enjoy the rest of the year. Thank you for watching. I wish you many blessings. Till I see you in a different reading. Namaste. Hi there, Paltu. Welcome to your reading. You chose the King of Swords. I hope that this setup is comfortable for those who are used to watching my videos in a different setup. I am, like I said in the intro, working with what I got right now, and I hope the message is more important than the setup. So thank you for joining me. I hope that you're all having a wonderful start to your new year. So let's just get into your reading. Okay, Divine Spirit guides, who or how has Paltu grown since 2022? How has Paltu grown since 2022? Alright, so the first set of cards, we have the World card, the Ace of Pentacles, the Two of Wands, and the Nine of Wands. Okay. In 2022, whether this was in the beginning or throughout the year, you could have been a hard worker. With this Nine of One's energy, maybe working towards the point of burnout, overworking, or over. Maybe you just like. Nine of Wands is someone who sometimes puts too much pressure on themselves to succeed. So you could have worked yourself to a burnout, or you could have been like overworking yourself and not having time for friends and family. Um, it doesn't have to be that way, but it could just be that you were someone who had goals and wanted to set, who had goals that they set and wanted to achieve these goals. And in order to achieve this stability and to achieve these goals, it could have been that you also had to um, take certain action, certain action, which was the hard work that you were doing. Maybe having to change your lifestyle a little bit to fit these goals that you wanted. So in 2022, you could have been someone who was on a mission, not a mission, on a mission, maybe on a mission. Um, I want to say to take over the world, but it could have been to just like really achieve your success and let it be on a global scale. 2022 could have been about the money, the bag, the hard work, the success that comes with it, the reward that comes with it. But it also could have been about having to make certain sacrifices in order to have that success. So you could have been someone in 2022 who was willing to sacrifice a few things and maybe a few people just to obtain the success, obtain this goal, this achievement that you wanted. It could have even be like having to sacrifice time with family, sacrifice special moments with friends and family, just so that you could have more time in the office or time creating. um I feel like in 2022 you were someone who had to choose. I'm getting Capricorn vibes. Like I'm just all about the work. I'm just really drawn to the Two of Wands, and I feel like, yeah, there could have been a decision that you had to make to move in a certain path. You had to walk away from certain people or certain habits, so that you can achieve this goal and this success. So you were someone who was willing to cut whoever and whatever, um, so that you can move into the next phase of your life successfully. I feel like for you, it was also about stability and bringing balance into your life, and anything that wasn't adding to that, it had to go. So you were someone who wasn't really afraid to cut anyone and anybody off, like without second thought. Yeah, there were some really big decisions that you had to make, and I feel like you chose abundance, growth over what wasn't serving. So we have the Page of Wands, the Eight of Swords, the Page of Swords, and the Hierophant. So right now, this reading is timeless, but since 2022, you now could be someone who is, I think you're learning how to balance things out. Maybe you've gained a new perspective from the experience, in 2022. And I think you're starting to see that it doesn't have to be either or um black or white, black or white. There could be a balance. We can find time for the things and the people that we love while still having this abundance. So you could be in the place where now you're learning to put, and not that the success isn't important to you. If that's important to you, that's great, but I think that now you're just learning to have your priorities a little bit balanced. Having time for the people that we love, the things that we love, and this work. Maybe at first it was just about, I don't want to lose the money, I don't want to lose my steadfast, I don't want to lose I don't want to lose my income, I don't want to lose um just my consistency. But now you're in a place where you're learning that you could still have this consistency, you can still have this growth, you can still have this abundance, and still make time for the other things in your life that are important. And you've grown into someone who is now more considerate of the other areas of their life, in their life. Yeah, I feel like the experience in 2022 kind of gave you a new perspective on how to see things, on how to see the people in your life. And it's without fear, without hesitation, without, you know, it's like I'm gonna make time for me, I'm gonna make time for friends and family, and this is how you've grown. You're learning how to. I can be a hard worker and still raise a family. I can be a hard worker and still go out with the boys, you know? I don't have to sacrifice the other things that I enjoy in my life because of this one thing. I feel like you've learned balance. You've you've learned how to just go with the flow and not hold back and not be afraid. It's like there's more trust in yourself and there's more trust in the universe now that I can have it all, or can have whatever it is that is enough for me. And I feel like this is what has grown, most importantly, trust. Trust in yourself and trust in the universe. That I don't have to worry. I don't always have to be so worried about this or that. You could even now make more time to spend with, like, I don't know, spiritual practices. Maybe you have more time to meditate now, or more time to do yoga, or more time to take a walk, whatever that would mean, whatever spiritual practice would mean to you. It could be going to church, it could be why am I thinking about this? But it could be, doing a spell, casting a spell. I feel like you're writing a new, not only just a new chapter, it's a new book. A new book. I feel like the old one that you were, you know, living by is just, it's outdated. And now you're writing a new book, a new rules, and new ways of being, because you see things clearly now. And it's just like, I don't have to overwork myself. I don't have to give so much of myself to just one area of my life. I can actually have it all, or I can have whatever is enough for me. Like, I don't have to. I think now that's just where you are. You've grown into this person who understands that success can happen in all areas and not just one. So yeah, Paltu, this was your reading. I hope that it resonates. I wish you a really great year. Thank you for watching. Till I see you in a different one. Namaste. Hello, Pal3. Welcome to your reading. You chose the Chariot card. Hope that you're all doing well and good, and having a great start to your new year. Let us get into your reading. Divine Spirit Guides. How has Pal3 grown since 2022? So, Pal3, we have the Tower card, Two of Cups, Ten of Pentacles, the World, and the Tarot, and the Ten of Swords. I think the Ten of Swords came out first. I'm not sure. In 2022, you could have been someone who 2022 could have been a year where, if whether it was the beginning or during the year, where you had experienced quite a few tower moments when it comes to love or your financials. Um, Maybe you went through a bit of a heartbreak and disappointment in regards to the people in your life or at that time, and in regards to your finances as well. Um, it could have been just like a lot of blows to the face, uppercuts, you know. Um, and I feel like even through the bad experiences and the disappointments and the sadness, you did maintain um, an energy of faith, an energy of trust, an energy of love. It's just that it was hard sometimes to kind of recognize that energy from the pain, from the disappointment of things not working out, and from the ups and downs that these tower moments were bringing into your life. And you could have just been someone who had a rocky start to the year or had a rocky middle of the year. Um, there could have been some shady people around you, you know. Um, and maybe things financially weren't looking up the way that you wanted, and so you didn't have much faith in regards to love and money, connections, people, and your businesses. Um, and so there was kind of like a giving up energy, like ugh, you know, losing faith a little bit. And just like letting go and just yeah. So we have the Knight of Pentacles, the Empress, the Page of Wands, and the Hierophant. I feel like now it's different though versus where you were in 2022. You could be in a place now. Timeless reading obviously could be now or it could be coming through. But um things now, or you could be in a place, or this is how you've grown. You've grown into someone who's some of you could be more creative than ever before now. Maybe these tower moments and these heartbreaks inspired some, you know, new writing. Maybe you write music, maybe drawing or art or ideas. It doesn't have to be that kind of creativity. It could be YouTube, you know. Some of you also, you've grown into someone who's just still learning. Still learning. I'm hearing still learning to love myself by Halsey. And you've grown into someone who chooses themselves and chooses what they love above, also above anything. So it's letting go of the past, you know, is how you've grown. You've grown into someone who has let bygones be bygones and just has let go of the past and now is working towards their success instead of letting the past get to you and being focused on the disappointments and the hurt and, you know, this person hurt me, that didn't turn out the way I want to. You put on your game face on and it's time to get to work. This is how you've grown. You haven't let the past destroy you. You still keep going. You're still planting those seeds to the future. To your what's to your fruitful abundance. You could still be learning a few things about yourself or the things that you love, whether this is creatively or spiritually. I think for some of you, you also have grown to set some boundaries and rules in regards to how you conduct your life and how you conduct your lifestyle and, you know, who you hang around and who you're allowing in your space. So it could be a new I'm hearing new rules by Dua Lipa. So you could have set new rules for yourself that will help guide you and keep you balanced, keep you stable throughout the rest of your journey or throughout 2023. These could be your New Year's resolutions or your goals that you're set, but I feel like you're sticking to them. It could be in regards to relationships and connections. Maybe you used to put out on the first date and now you don't do that anymore. Or maybe you just don't have time for relationships anymore. And that's a new rule that you're more focused on yourself. I know, but I feel like it's more focused on yourself energy now. And this is how you've grown. You've taken all that energy that you used spending on the feeling of heartache, disappointment, and people breaking me down and life just not working out for me, to investing it in yourself and trying your hardest to build your empire. And it's now got rules. You don't enter my kingdom without, these certain, criteria that I have out. And I feel like it applies to you as well. Hypocrite, you don't expect something from others that you wouldn't be able to put on the table as well. So I feel like that's what it is. It's like you know your worth and you're beginning to kind of appreciate that. And it's like, if the people around me don't match that energy, then it's bye. If the things around me don't match that energy, then it's goodbye. You could be learning something right now, or you could still be studying. But I hear the song Learning to Love Myself. So you could be learning to love yourself, learning to tap into your Empress energy. If you're not already in it, it really depends on where you are in your life right now. It's like I'm giving back to self, I'm giving back to myself. I feel like right now it's just me. I'm hearing Me, Myself, and I by G-Eazy. I am my priority. And this is how I've grown. I've learned to not put myself second, because when I was worrying about people, I was worrying about heartache, I was worrying about pain, I was worrying about why things weren't working out for me. I was putting myself second because I was too busy worrying about the negative. But now I've chosen to put myself first because I'm focused on the positive. I'm focused on creating. I'm focused on liberating myself. I'm focused on expansion and growth. And this is how I'm putting myself first. And this is how I've grown, you know? This is how I've grown. And it's big for me because I used to worry too much about what wasn't me and what wasn't about me. But now I worry about me and just me. And this is how I have grown. Partly this is how you have grown. Yes, if you're a parent or a caregiver of some sort, you still consider those people, but now you know the importance of making time for yourself. You know the importance of putting yourself first, and this is how you've grown. You've grown to understand it's okay to have these experiences. It's okay to have, other people in life, but I also have to be here for myself. For others, you could also just be giving back to the community, giving back to others around you because of this awareness and this realization. Now you have more time to do things that make you happy, and maybe that is giving back to others. But yeah, probably this is your reading, and this is how you've grown. I really wish you the best on the rest of your year. Thank you for watching. Till I see you in a different reading. Namaste.